Family wants homemade salmon patties, and I use double Q pink salmon, wild caught Alaskan, cheese grits. Quite naturally, you know, we gotta have cracker and Mexican style blend cheese, which will be going into my grits. And I can't believe it's not what? Butter. Even though it looks like butter. And eggs, quite naturally. You gotta have eggs to scramble them, right? Alright, so let's get started here. And it's out the way so y'all can see. Some of y'all be opening that can up wrong. This is the correct way. They've been teaching us wrong all our life. So whatever mama and grandmama and them showed y'all, they was wrong. They was wrong, okay? Just let me tell you, they was wrong. And you see there? Voila. Okay. And what I do is all that good juice, yes, I pour it off. I pour it off. I dump it out. I just leave just a little bit of it in there. See there? What are your family's favorite meal? Yes. I'm having to pee because you know how it is when you ain't got nobody to help you. So you have to do everything on your own. And see, right now, it's okay to leave the bones in because they are very soft, but I take them out. I also, if I can get this turned over, come on here now. I also take that skin and scrape it off of there. That black skin, I don't too much prefer that. So I will go and take that. If you just take your fork and rake across it, honey, it will come off. It will come off. Take that over there. See that skin? See how that fork did that? You see that? That fork just took that right off of there. There's another one. Never cooked salmon patties before. And you just turn that over and inspect it. There's a vein. We don't want that vein. Just check through, make sure I got them all. Now, some people have used mackerel. And mackerel, it just has a more of a pungent taste, I think. I use a little pepper and a light sprinkle of salt. That's all I use because they're already, I really don't even need salt, you know, actually. I'm not going to use salt because anything that is canned, as we know, is already full of salt, as you guys know. Okay, so let's get on with it. All right, I just want y'all to see me so y'all know this is not a robot that's in here cooking. Okay, this is my hands that you see. All right, let's get on with it. And let me rinse my fingers off because I can't stand for that little bit of yolk to be touching. I like for my hands to be clean at all times. No cross-contamination. The reason why I am unscrewing this top off of this pepper is because the grains are kind of thick. So what I do, mash it up between my fingers, which makes it much finer and everything. So that's the purpose of why I did that, in case some of y'all, you know, there's a lot of y'all, I done seen all them videos on Facebook and TikTok and stuff, and went in the comments and people like to critique what somebody else's technique. You understand what I'm saying? You can't bother people with their own technique. You feel me? You got your technique and we got our technique. The point is being clean and getting the job done, getting the food done. And so what I will do next is I will stir that up. I'm gonna whip. The eggs is what's going to bind the meat to the mixture of my dry ingredients. My dry ingredients are, I'm from the South, and I don't know about many of y'all, and it really ain't got nothing to do about where you're from. It's just your preference, and for me, it's about how I was taught when I was young. White Lily, honey. White Lily, buttermilk, and rich White Lily flour. They do the trick for anything you want to cook. Cornbread, biscuits, anything that needs some flour and a little meal with it. Fish, frying that fish. Y'all know. Okra, all that good stuff. So, I'm not one of those that use measuring cups, okay? I'm country, like I told you. So, I just go by sight and texture. I go by sight. That's my judgment for this. You don't want to use too much cornmeal because, I mean, I'm not going to even tell y'all that because I don't like to tell people what they do. Some people like a little gritty, more of a gritty taste. But I just use a little bit of cornmeal, and that flour is what you got to be careful with. That flour is what's going to make it the consistency of sticky, kind of like, y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, but you don't want to use too much of it because that flour is self-rising flour. And once it get in that grease, you'll see in a minute. Once you get in that grease, but you want to be a little generous with your flour, just a little bit. Now, usually I have 2 cans, but I'm only doing 1 can. And the purpose of why you don't want to overuse your dry ingredients is because, hold on 1 second, is because you don't want to lose that flavor and texture of the meat itself. Okay? All right? That's the purpose. Because you want your food to, you want that salmon to taste like salmon. You don't want it to taste like fried cornbread and fish grease. Okay? So I'm going to finish, and I'm going to stir that flour up in there. And I'm going to set my pan because it had got a little bit too hot earlier. And I'm going to set it back on the eye while I'm stirring that up. And I'm going to get ready to put my grits on.